Daddy, when exactly are you going to marry Teacher Dong? Daddy, let Teacher Dong stay with us forever, okay? That way we can keep playing with Teacher Dong all the time. Mom always makes us learn this and that. My sister and I are so tired. Teacher Dong often plays fun games with us and gives us yummy treats. We like Teacher Dong a lot more.
In a few days, I'll ask my superior to play matchmaker, so that Lan Yi can enter the family properly. That way, Teacher Dong can keep playing with you all the time.
Song, the kids are right here. What are you saying?
Daddy is so good.
Shumin, have you thought this through? Those two children are the flesh and blood you carried for 10 months on the operating table. At death's door, you went through hell to bring them into the world. Can you really just give them up?
Aunt, they carry my blood, but their hearts already belong to outsiders. Kui Song will take care of them. All I want is a divorce, and then we're done.
Back then, Kui Song was just a poor student. But among all those returned scholars and rich gentlemen, you picked him alone. Now he's used the Wei family's influence to become a director general, and now you want a divorce. People's hearts change fast in this world.
Aunt, but I've never changed. When I married him, I didn't ask for the highest rank or great wealth. All I wanted was a lifetime of togetherness, with single-hearted devotion. But he broke his promises. For a Dong Lanyi, he trampled my dignity into the ground.
Your request is granted. The divorce papers will be taken care of in a few days. Go home and prepare. Make a clean break with the CUI family.
How did you get the whole table so messy? You'll ruin your clothes.
Mommy, don't! This is a new dress from Teacher Dong. It won't look good if it gets dirty. Mommy, you're back! We want to make Teacher Dong a birthday cake, but we don't know how. Can you help us?
Remember my birthday in the first half of the year. They were just going through the motions, saying a few congratulatory words. They never even mentioned a gift. Since it's you who want to show Teacher Dong some respect, then take your time and make it yourselves.
It's so hot.
The properties and bank books Xiao Hei asked you to handle, have they all been sorted out?
Miss, regarding the assets from your marriage, I divided them into 3 parts as you instructed. 1 part is kept by me personally. The other 2 are nominally under the names of the eldest young master and young lady.
Although Kui Song was just a poor student who had studied abroad back then, our Wei family never looked down on him in the slightest. With a dowry procession 10 li long, 81 loads of trousseau, in this city, who wouldn't praise the Wei family's grand display when marrying off their daughters? Now 7 years have passed. Although this family fortune has been squandered by Kui Song these years, the rest is still enough for him to let the Kui family live lavishly for 3 lifetimes, according to the share that ordinary families would give their children. Take all the excess assets under CYG and CY Bauer's names, and list them out completely. These were originally the Wei family's belongings. I want to take them back. Back when we came over from the Wei family, there were at least 100 servants. Go ask around, see who's willing to come with me and leave the Kui family.
Miss, why are you suddenly counting all these now? Are you really planning to leave?
I want to leave this dry well and go see the real world out there. I heard the sky in the south is vast and the sea is deep.
No matter where you go, miss, even to the ends of the earth, Xiao He will always be by your side.
On the way back, Shuman dropped by Xinyuefeng restaurant to bring you some pastries.
These are just leftovers from his lunch with that woman and her child, packed up and brought back after the meal. He didn't even bother to change the plate.
I was delayed by work on the way. I'm afraid the dishes have gotten cold. If you don't want to eat them, just have the servants throw them away.
Since the chief has said they're cold, then Xiaohe, take them to feed the dogs.
You went to the Wei mansion today to see your aunt? Why didn't you ask me to come along?
Weren't you busy taking the 2 kids out to see the world? I just took the chance to go have afternoon tea with my aunt.
The kids are older now, and very naughty. I just worry you do everything by yourself and get worn out. But it's okay, because Miss Dong helps out. They do what Miss Dong says. I still have some official papers to go through in my study. You should rest early.
Mommy didn't even have dinner with us today. She was just busy sorting through all this stuff.
You're still young. You don't understand that without money, you can't get anywhere in this world. These stocks and savings certificates will be enough for you to study abroad in the future, to start a family and build a career. Even in these troubled times, you'll be 100 times better off than others. You must keep them safe.
I don't need them. Dad will give me better ones later. If you're really worried, then keep them yourself. These are all things Mommy gave me before. She said they were for my dowry. Why is she taking them back now? Mommy's so mean.
Bauer is my second child. When I was pregnant with her, it was right during the warlord wars up north. I had a miscarriage scare while on the run, and it took a toll on my health. That's why I named her Bauer. It means a treasure regained. But now, Xiaohe, count them against the list. Not one item can be missing.
Miss, it's all sorted. But the one the old madam left you back then, the red phoenix bracelet, you said it was to be kept for the eldest Mrs. Dowry. But today I searched the whole house and couldn't find it.
Where's the bracelet? That's the only thing your grandmother left you. Who did you give it to? Tell me where the bracelet is.
Miss, to answer you, I heard the eldest Mrs. Maid say that the eldest Miss said the other day that jade made Miss Dong look cheap. Only that bracelet could match her status. So she gave it to Miss Dong secretly.
Mommy, don't go. I gave it to Miss Dong willingly. If you go like that, it'll make Miss Dong lose face.
Miss Dong, the child is young and impulsive. She doesn't know the consequences. You, who claim to have read modern books and to know proper conduct, you shouldn't turn a blind eye to, should you? That's my late mother's keepsake. Please return it to its rightful owner.
Miss Wei, this was given to me by Bauer herself. As a thank you gift, Bauer said it was her favorite possession. Only the one who loves her most should wear it. If I give it back now, wouldn't that break the child's heart?
Miss Dong, everything precious in this world has its rightful place. Do you think that, with this, the Wei family's century-old legacy, you can walk out of the QE mansion? Careful, or it'll cut your life short. You think I don't know what you really are? It's true you were born into a noble family. Too bad your grandfather picked the wrong side back then. The whole family was convicted and had everything confiscated. That's how you ended up in such a state. Kui Song used his connections to pull you out and keep you hidden away in this back courtyard. You're still a criminal. How dare you wear gold and silver and flaunt yourself around town? Miss Dong, return it to its rightful owner.
Daddy, come quick! Mommy and the teacher fell into the river.
Lan Yi. Wei Shumin, are you all right? Miss Dong said she was just about to return the bracelet to you. In the struggle, it accidentally fell into the river. And the bracelet broke. You're also partly to blame. I'll go rest now. Xiaohe, take good care of Madam.
Madam, the master has personally tended to you these past few days, day and night. He's really been devoted.
Probably because he saved her, but not me. He just feels guilty. Have you checked on all the servants?
There are 79 still in the household after all these years. They're all loyal to the old master.
Mommy, you're finally awake! Mommy, I'll never argue with you again.
Young master, young miss, you may both go now. Madam needs to rest.
Wei Shumin. That day I dove in and saved Dong Lanyi. Everyone witnessed it. For her honor, I've decided to give her a proper place. Who have you been giving dirty looks to lately? You have no one to blame but yourself. Why would you mess with the children's dowry? What are you up to?
Then she won't be the tutor anymore, right?
From now on, she'll live in the house. Don't make it difficult for her. Let's just leave each other alone.
Since she's to be your concubine, I've doubled her past tutoring fees, so she'll return half to me. That's only a few $1,000 silver.
Go get the money. Fine, Wei Shumin. I'll put an announcement in the paper immediately. Have Lan Yi formally enter the household, so she won't be wronged anymore.
Xiaohe, take this money now. Go find an agent and buy a nicer house.
Yes, miss.
I've asked all the managers here today, for one thing only. Starting today, the management rights of all Wei family shops, I'm taking them all back. From now on, whether profit or loss, you all report directly to me.
The young lady is taking the helm herself. That couldn't be better. With you in charge, we brothers feel at ease. It's about that teacher at Chief Accountant Q's home, Miss Dong. She's run up a lot of debt at the shops. All on your account. What Chief Accountant Kui means is, these expenses should be charged to the Wei family.
Dong Lani actually ran up a tab of over $1,000 silver. She really thinks she's the mistress of this mansion. Kui Song's word doesn't count. Put it all on her tab. When the time comes, go to her directly to collect. Not a cent less.
Yes, ma'am. With your word, miss, I'll go settle this account to the last cent.
You've taken back the management rights of all those shops. What are you trying to do? Are you trying to split the family completely? Wei Shuman, take a look at yourself, so jealous and domineering. All I did was take a concubine. And you've caused such an uproar. The home is in chaos.
Miss Dong, try this.
When I ask you to come eat, why do you put on such airs?
Mommy, Father said that once Miss Dong joins our home, she'll take good care of us. From now on, we'll live as one happy family. Mommy, don't be angry. We'll all be under one roof now, so let's just get along nicely.
The special order from the presidential palace has arrived.
It's here, finally. Lan Yi, it must be the approval for my transfer. And it approves your status too.
Teacher Dong will rightfully be our new mommy.
It was Kui Song's wishful thinking. Or is it my aunt who arranged my divorce agreement? We'll find out soon enough.
Kui Song received the decree. Per the ruling of the Ministry of Internal Affairs, it is hereby decreed that Wei Shuman and Kui Song are granted a divorce, effective immediately. All dowry assets and properties under the Wei family name shall be entirely at the Wei family's disposal. Henceforth, each party is free to marry with no further ties between them.
What? A divorce? How is this possible? At last, the wait is over. Once this decree is issued, Lan Yi can enter the household with full legitimacy, and the deputy chief position will be even more secure.
Special decree from the Ministry of Internal Affairs. With the personal written approval of Zong Tong. Wei Shuman. Of virtuous character, upright in behavior, diligent, and frugal. Now it is found that Kui Song's private life is improper, keeping a mistress and disrupting the household. He is truly not a worthy spouse. From this day forward, it is hereby ruled that Wei Shuman and Kui Song are hereby divorced. All dowry real estate, businesses, and bank deposits shall be itemized and handed over in full to the Wei family. No one shall disturb or obstruct. Henceforth, each party is free to marry with no further ties between them.
Impossible. This can't be. What I applied for was clearly for the approval of Lan Yi's status. How can this be a divorce ruling? How can this be? There must be a mistake, Commissioner. It must be a mistake.
Wei Shuman accepts the police ruling. Thank you, Minister Xie, for upholding justice. Commissioner Xie is truly impartial.
Kui Song. Here is the document. Are you defying the law? Do you refuse to obey the decree?
Your subordinate, Kui Song. Accepts the decree. How is this possible? They're ruling us divorced? This can't be happening. Wei Shuman, it's you. I knew you were behind this. You must have used your aunt and Jinling to secretly pressure the ministry. You venomous woman. You actually dared, behind my back, to cut off my retreat and ruin my reputation.
How dare you? Deputy Chief Kui, mind your words. The directive from above is not something you can question carelessly. Are you accusing the higher-ups of being foolish? If you have the slightest objection to this divorce decree, you're free to come to Jinling with me now and plead your case directly to them. Do you dare? You two, the young master and miss of the Kui family, don't just stand there. Per the special order, your custody shall be handled according to the rules. Come over and sign.
Special envoy, is it really so? That even Chui Chi and Bauer have to follow this order and go with him? Schumann, they're my own flesh and blood. They're the only heirs of the Kui family. Schumann, these two children are the ones you carried for 10 months and gave birth to, flesh from your own body. Even if our marriage hit a rough patch, they're still your own flesh and blood. Do you really have no regard for our past? Do you insist that they, at such an age, have to watch their family fall apart? Can you truly bear to have them be pointed at and gossiped about outside, called fatherless children?
Kuisong. Save your hypocritical act. Whose heirs they are is none of my business.
Deputy Chief Kui, don't be so quick to claim injustice. You misunderstand. Minister Wei of Jinling and the ministry's senior officials have heard that the young master and miss of your household are extremely opinionated. At their age, they're more cunning than adults. It's said they even know who should be the proper wife and who should be the concubine, and can tell them apart clearly. They even help the outside concubines bully their own birth mother. Therefore, the ministry has specially instructed that this ruling must be personally received and signed by these two strong-willed young masters. Kui Chi, Kui Bauer, listen to me carefully. Given that Kui Chi and Kui Bauer have long been disrespectful to their birth mother, Wei, and have acted rebelliously, now, per the special decree, from this day forward, Wei Shumin formally relinquishes her custody and parenting duties over them, completely severing all mother-child ties. Wei Shumin will move out of the mansion. You are not to bother them again. Nor may you set foot on the Wei threshold. If you sign this severance document, and then cause any more trouble, that shall be the crime of picking quarrels. You will be severely punished.
Uncle Commissioner, what does that mean? What do you mean she's not mom anymore? Does it mean she won't take care of us anymore? What about our school fees and my allowance? Is she cutting that off?
Don't waste time. I've got a train to catch to report back. Have the young master and young lady sign.
10 years of care. And I've raised 2 ungrateful brats. Since you treat an enemy as your mother, I'll grant your wish.
You're leaving? Wei Shumin, you actually dared to petition for a divorce? You actually mean to abandon this family and leave? Look at them. Open your eyes and really look at them. They are your own flesh and blood. They came from your womb. How can you be so heartless to throw them away like that? Even your own children, you can abandon without a second thought. Wei Shumin, woman, is your heart forged from iron? Do you have any humanity at all? You're not fit to be a mother.
Kuisong. Isn't this what you've always wanted?
You're talking nonsense.
Haven't you always complained I'm jealous and overbearing? Don't you keep saying I can't stand your delicate darling Dong Lani, who can't even take care of herself? Now I've granted your wish. I'm vacating the position of Mrs. Kui. This grand mansion. And your children, whom you cherish as treasures. I'll leave them all to you, so you can reunite as a family. Now that I've stepped aside for you, why are you the one complaining?
Father, don't bother. Since Mom's already gotten the severance papers, she's dead set on leaving. Trying to persuade her more will only make her find us a bother, and won't help at all. Why ask for a snub? Father, don't worry about us. If Mom moves out, Teacher Dong often keeps us company. Reading, watching movies, eating Western food. I think my brother and I surely won't feel lonely. Teacher Dong is much gentler than Mom.
Xiaohei, go tell the movers outside they can come in and start.
Hurry up, all of you. Remember, everything bearing the way mark, furniture or antiques, even the western wall lamps, move it all out carefully. Not even a scrap of paper today is to be left for the Kui family. Hurry up. That pair of cloisonne enamel flower vases, be gentle with them, all of you. When old Master Wei was alive, he personally gave them to the young lady as her dowry. If you chip even one edge, you couldn't pay for it even with your lives.
Stop. What do you think you're doing? This is outrageous. This is Vice Minister Kui's mansion. In broad daylight, you dare to break in and rob. Is there no justice anymore? Put it all down.
Oh, if it isn't the highly respected teacher Dong, who taught and guided. Oh, silly me. Just now, the Jinling authorities already read out the verdict. So this title ought to change now. Now I'll have to address you as Concubine Dong.
You. What did you call me, you little wench? Say that again. These furnishings and antiques when they entered the mansion were all registered in the books as the Kui family's communal property. This is trespassing and robbery. If you don't stop now, I'll go straight to the police station and have you all arrested.
Concubine Dong, if you're hard of hearing, I'll remind you again, louder. My young lady and Kui Song signed the divorce decree issued by the Jinling police. It's written there clearly. The husband, Kui Song, because of his faults, caused the marriage to break down. All of the wife's premarital property and dowry shall be fully inventoried and returned. Black and white, the official seal of the police. Can you read it? The Suzhou embroidery screen in the courtyard, the crystal chandelier hanging inside, even the Persian rug beneath your feet. All were prepared back then by old Master Wei as the young lady's dowry. Now that the young lady is gone, all these belongings along with our servants who came with her from the Wei family, will naturally go with the young lady and leave without a trace. Not so much as a leaf will be left for you. What, Madam Dong, have you been living in this mansion so long that you actually believe all this lavish fortune is propped up by Kui Song's measly salary? Without our young lady, just guess how much would be left of the Kui mansion. You, a concubine who clawed your way up, will you still be able to afford such fine silk cheongsams in the future?
Even if it's a divorce, your Wei family is really going too far. You wouldn't even leave a teacup or a single Western lamp.
Leave them? For whom? To leave them here to soak up all the filth in this house? I won't have Wei family belongings tainted. Madam Dong, take a good look. It's not just these belongings. In this mansion, from the butler to the cook, from the chauffeur to the housemaids, 36 people in all, they're all Wei family servants. They're paid by the Wei family, and their contracts are all held by the young lady. Today, we're taking all these belongings, and every one of these servants, we're pulling out, not leaving a single one.
Brother, Mommy really took everyone away. Even Auntie Chen, who bathes me every day, and Akui, who combs my hair, are gone. Who will tell me bedtime stories at night? Who will make me bird's nest kanji? It's so dark here, I'm scared. Don't cry, sis. It's just a few servants leaving, that's all. At least now we won't have to listen to all their nagging. Dad holds an important post now, and money's no worry. We'll just hire some new people later. So don't be sad, sis. But I'm so thirsty right now. I want some hot cocoa. But the fire's out in the kitchen and there's no one to get me water.
Wei Shumin, don't gloat too soon. Just you wait. Once you leave this QI mansion, you're nothing but an unwanted divorced woman, a woman with a ruined reputation. You won't get far in this world. I'd like to see what sort of end you'll come to. One day you'll be at the end of your rope and come begging to us.
What are you all standing around for? Hurry it up. Don't waste my time.
Shumin. Do you really have to be this ruthless? Won't you leave even a little room or leeway for your husband? These 7 years, I've made it to deputy chief. Every household matter, big or small, you call the shots. I'd like to think I've been good to you. Everything in this house, down to the last blade of grass, bears your hard work. Are you telling me? You really have not a single trace of attachment?
Deputy Chief CY. You ask what I miss. I miss how you took the Wei family's money, meant to fund you, and used it to hide your mistress in a Western-style house by the Qinhuai River. All that you, on one hand, played the loving husband before your colleagues, and on the other, threw my 7 years of toil and sacrifice to the wind. All that you indulged that scheming woman in bullying my own children, making them call me a tigress, and call her dear godmother. This 7-year quagmire, I've finally crawled out today. I only feel lucky to have been reborn. What's there to miss?
Dad, since Mom's made up her mind, please don't beg her anymore. I respect all of Mom's choices. With Dad at home, Auntie Lan will take good care of us. We can still live a happy life.
Drive.
Shumin, my dear sister. You finally got yourself out of that wolf's den. You've really suffered these past years. Who does Kiwi-song think he is? If it hadn't been for your father's help back then, he'd still be a clerk in some county town. How dare he treat you so cruelly? He's totally heartless. Shumin, that damned Kiwi-song. How dare he treat you like this? Who does he think he is? He's just an old protege of our family.
Sis, why did you come all this way yourself? Please, sit down. Xiaohei, go brew a pot of that top-grade longjing that came in a couple days ago.
When you go through something as major as a divorce, how could I not come? Your brother was so angry he tossed and turned all night. In the middle of the night, he even smashed a glass in the study. Before dawn today, he told me to bring you back to the old Wei mansion. Your brother said, no matter how big the trouble outside is, with your brother, the commander, backing you up, we can't let you be alone out there suffering this humiliation.
Sis, thank my brother for me. But I don't plan to move back to the old mansion.
Not going back, Shumin? You're being foolish. Now that you're divorced, a single woman living alone out there, who knows what those gossips out there will make up about you? The Wei Mansion is your support. It's your ammunition against those rumors. This house is truly excellent. I heard this used to be a prince's mansion from the former dynasty. Later, our family bought it and used it as the accounting office for the industrial company. I never expected you'd redecorate it so stylishly. But this place is too quiet, honestly. Maybe you should just move back to the old mansion.
No need, sis. I feel at ease here. I have the assets my brother gave me. I have the Wei family checkbook. I have loyal servants around me. No one dares to push me around anymore. I don't have to please anyone. This kind of freedom is what I've wanted for 7 years. Going back to the old mansion, I'd be bound by those rules and social obligations.
You've been headstrong since you were a kid. Even your brother said, if you were a man, the Wei family business wouldn't be his to manage. But Shumin, your brother specifically wanted me to ask you. You and that Kui Song, are you truly done with him for good? Is there still room for him in your heart?
What do you think, sister-in-law?
Your brother's meaning is, back then, Kui Song was just a poor student. Our Wei family paid to send him abroad. We used our connections and our efforts. Step by step, we propped him up to the position of Deputy Director General he holds now. Now that you've both signed the divorce papers, the ladders the Wei family gave him should be pulled away now. Your brother is waiting for your answer. As long as you give the word, he'll wash his hands of him completely. Shumin, think it over. Back then, our Wei family poured half our fortune into greasing palms all over Jinling, just to lift Kui Song up to the post of Deputy Director General. Without the Wei family, that towering tree sheltering him from wind and rain, the false facade of Kui Song as a young man of promise will likely be shattered soon. HMFH. When that time comes, he might not even be able to save his own life. You must know that. Your brother is afraid that you still cling to a bit of old marital affection. If he ever falls from grace, you'll soften and not be able to go through with it.
As for political maneuvering, let my brother make the call himself. Whether Kui Song rises to prominence or falls into the mud has nothing to do with me, Wei Shumin, anymore. In any case, he and I are through, completely.
Miss, I'm sorry to disturb your quiet retreat.
What's so important that all of you head managers made a trip together?
Miss, we heard you intend to withdraw the credit line under the CUI residence, especially demanding that Miss Dong pay off the debts from the past few years. So, the managers of the silk shop, jewelry store, and the Western department store, upon hearing this, specially brought over the account books for Dong Lanyi's credit purchases over the past few years. Miss Wei, you've finally shown your face. That Dong Lanyi. In these 3 years at our shop, just on imported silk and top-grade velvet cheongsams, she's had no fewer than 200 made.
Also, last month, she took in 1 go 10 top-grade silver fox fur coats. She said they were gifts for the relatives at Deputy Director General Kiwi's residence. All charged to your credit account.
And also, the ruby necklace from the shop. A full set of premium jadeite jewelry. She took them without batting an eye. She even went and, for the Kui family's little miss who just turned 1, had a solid gold longevity lock made. Also said you had approved it.
And there's also, at our shop, the imperial kiln vase from the former dynasty. Dong Lanyi said she wanted it in Chief Kiwi's office to add prestige. She sent the Wei family's car to take it away. Said you had nodded and agreed. Billed it to the Wei residence.
Xiaohe, calculate the total.
Miss, the bills from these 7 or 8 shops combined, over the past 3 years, Dong Lanyi, using your name, has squandered a full 50,000 silver dollars.
What a fine pursuit of spiritual freedom, a woman. Untainted by the stench of money. Humph. Our deputy chief QE is quite something. To uphold that spotless reputation of his, he'd rather suffer than lose face. He gets only that meager salary from the government each month, yet still has to keep up the deputy chief's image. These 50,000 silver dollars in cold, hard cash, I'd like to see how he plans to repay them.
Miss, then what do you mean? This bad debt hanging under your name, how exactly shall we collect it?
Since I've already signed the divorce papers with him, and moved out of the Kui mansion, not a single cent of this debt can be put on my account, Wei Shumin, anymore. Gentlemen. You gentlemen do business, and you earn a hard-earned living. A debt must be repaid. Even if you take this to the police, it is only natural and just.
Yes, you're right, miss.
Now, take the Chamber of Commerce's guards and servants. Grab these stamped account books, and drive over with a big show to the Kui mansion to collect the debt. Go find that Miss Dong Lanyi, and demand it from our deputy chief Kui. Remember, if they don't pay, wait right outside the gate. If anyone tries to stop you, then shout it out. Let all the neighbors on the street and those newspaper reporters hear it. The bigger the scene, the better.
Understood, miss, rest assured. As for this debt collection door knocker, we guys are smoother at it than anyone. If we don't get a check today, we'll take the Kui mansion's front gate apart.
Miss, you didn't see it. Those head managers and their bodyguards surrounded the Kui residence completely. The newspaper photographers' cameras and flashes nearly blinded Kui Song. That woman named Dong hid behind the door, not even daring to show her face. This time, Kui Song's self-righteous face is going to get ground into the asphalt of Jinling Road.
This is just a lesson for them. The real show is just beginning. Kui Song, Dong Lanyi. What you owe me, I'll take back bit by bit, with interest. I'll make sure you have no place left in Jinling City.
Shumin, you finally made it. Ever since you moved out of the CY mansion. I've sent you invitations 3 times through different people. I was afraid you wouldn't grace us or think my place is too noisy.
When Mrs. Shen throws a banquet, if I still didn't come, wouldn't that be ungrateful of me? The moment I stepped into this garden today and saw all your precious roses, I was truly amazed.
Hey, have you heard? That Deputy Chief Kiwi's family a couple of days ago caused a huge scandal. Most of Jinling's newspapers turned out, with cameras and flashes, blocking the door to collect debts.
What? The Deputy Chief's mansion is being dunned. Tell us all about it. What's this all about?
What else could it be? It's that self-proclaimed genius, Miss Dong. I heard the top silk shops and jewelry store managers personally led a dozen bodyguards and blocked the CUE mansion's gates, demanding Miss Dong pay up.
Humph. Usually she's all decked out in gold and jewelry, acting like a saint at charity events, spending the Wei family's money without a second thought. Now that the real benefactor pulled the funding, she's gone into hiding like a turtle pulling its head in.
Even I've heard about it. She didn't even dare show her face. She had the butler hold everyone off. The best part is yet to come. Deputy Chief Kui came home from work, and gathered at the mansion's front gate were hundreds of onlookers, even beggars joined in the jeering. Kui Song's face turned purple with rage on the spot. To settle the matter, Kui Song was ultimately forced to Write a check to pay off the debt. A full 50,000 silver dollars. Cold, hard cash.
50,000 silver dollars. With Deputy Chief Qui's lousy salary, he's got a whole family to support. Just like that, I'm afraid even his Deputy Chief official residence will have to be mortgaged off.
You guys should have seen it. Deputy Chief Qui, to scrape together those 50,000 silver dollars, he even pried off Dong Lanny's gold bracelets that she kept stashed away, just to pay off the debt. Nowadays, at the CUI mansion, even for groceries, they probably have to count every dime.
Xiumin, that move of yours was brilliant, pulling the rug out from under her. Without the Wei family's money, I'd like to see how that talented woman can keep up her high and mighty act in Jinling City.
A debt must be repaid. It's only natural. If she were truly noble, she shouldn't have reached out and taken a single cent from the Wei family.
Humph, you're right. That kind of woman deserves to be so poor she ends up sleeping on the street. Does she really think families like ours have doors that are easy to get into?
Oh my god, she actually has the nerve to show up here.
Look at Chief Kui, he's completely blinded by lust. He actually brought that concubine he took into his mansion, when her status hasn't even been cleaned up yet, and she dares to barge into the Marshal's Manners banquet. Who gave her the nerve? Not afraid to dirty this place.
She's scheming so hard to climb up. Too bad, even if she crawled in on her knees, she still won't have a proper title. She's nothing but a shameful thing.
After all that fuss, she's nothing but a lowly concubine unfit for polite society. In our social circle, even the old serving maids look down on her.
You're telling me even the concubines in our house who come out for social engagements think it's beneath them to stand with her, afraid of catching her poverty.
This dress pattern is so old-fashioned. I don't like it. Take it back to the store and tell them to have Master Yang make me a new one. Mommy!
Miss Kui, please show some self-respect. Our bond has run its course. Don't call me that in public. It'll ruin the Wei family's reputation.
Mommy, why did you leave? You haven't come back to the mansion to see me in so long. Do you know how miserable I've been? Teacher Dong keeps saying you were heartless. That you, for your own pleasure, ran off with all the gold bars and the savings from home, leaving us to live in poverty.
First, when I left, I only took my dowry from the Wei family and the business dividends I'd earned over the years. Second, the education trust fund set aside for you, I haven't touched a single cent. It's all still in the bank.
But Teacher Dong says the family's broke. Even Dad's job is on the line. She took my bank book away. Mommy, I can't even afford a proper dress now. I came out in this old outfit today and everyone's laughing at me. Could you give me 10,000 silver dollars first? No, even 5,000 will do.
No.
Mommy, but I'm your own daughter! How can you watch me dressed like this and be laughed at? You clearly have so much money.
Kui Bauer, you remember this. If I give in and lend you money today, even once, there will definitely be a second and third time, without end. From now on, your dear teacher Dong will sit comfortably in the mansion sipping tea, and send you running to me for money to support her, and to support your freeloading father. What do you take me for? An unnamed ATM for the Kui mansion. Tell me, did she teach you to do this? Did she tell you that if you just cry in front of me, call me Mom a few times, I'd do just like before, and hand over the cash obediently, for your whole family to squander?
Bauer, your mommy loves you the most. Go beg her. If a tiny bit slips through her fingers, it'll be enough to keep our whole family clothed and fed.
But I really do miss Mommy. Teacher Dong said only you can save Daddy.
Kui Bao. Jinling's top sheriff signed the divorce decree which was read aloud in front of you. Back then, you chose your father. You chose Dong Lani. From that moment, Wei Shumin was already no longer your mommy. Now I am the head of the Wei family business. If you want money, then by business rules, bring something as collateral. If you want family affection, go ask the one who taught you to lie and act pitiful, Teacher Dong.
Mommy! Bauer's already been eyeing that white lace dress at the department store entrance several times. She just wants a decent new dress, so people won't laugh at her for being a child without a mother.
Oh, if it isn't the Kui family's little young master and miss. Shumin, let's get out of here. This high-end gathering at the Marshal's mansion, what's the security doing? How did they let these dirty little beggars sneak in? What bad luck. I just happened to have a private matter about that batch of Nanyang fabric to discuss with you. Let's talk in private.
Brother. Mommy, is it really true that you don't want us anymore? She used to dote on me the most.
Kui cheese.
Just now, you were all about those two kids. But did you notice something?
What?
On the terrace over there, the governor's wife, whether intentionally or not, has been secretly watching you the whole time.
Jiayi. Those people gathered around are probably here to see me, the woman who had her aunt step in to force a divorce from Chief Kui. Will I, because I've lost the title of the chief's wife, secretly wipe my tears in this garden? What a joke.
What's going through your head all day? People only watch you for a laugh. But when the governor's wife looks at you, that look is almost like she's caught sight of a precious treasure, full of admiration and calculation. You don't know yet, do you? The governor's wife's younger brother, who just returned from Tianyuan Military Academy Shu Huaiki, is still single to this day. That young Master Shu's looks and character among the rich heirs of noble families are second to none. Even before he returned home, matchmakers were already beating down his door. Now that he's just been given a commission, the governor's wife, these past few months, has been sending you invitations and tonics in a steady stream. Actually, she's secretly evaluating you.
Evaluating me?
That's right. The governor's wife is a smart woman. She's watching how you treat those two heartless kids from the CUI family, whether you've truly made a clean break, and if you have the mettle to be the lady of the house. Today, when you publicly threw the Kui family's belongings out the door, that decisiveness, I think the governor's wife was itching to shove an engagement ring into your hand on the spot. She was more than pleased.
No need, sister-in-law. Please help me refuse all the governor's wife's good intentions.
Why, Shumin? That's the Shu family. They hold military power. And Shu Huaiki is such a promising young man. A match like this is hard to find even with a lantern. What more could you want?
Sister-in-law, I don't want to remarry. I barely got out of the Kui mansion, that pit of fire. I haven't even had a few days of peace. I now own 3 silk shops, 2 street front stores. My bank deposits are enough for me to splurge for the rest of my life. I don't have to answer to my in-laws. Nor do I need to flatter that hypocritical, self-righteous Mr. Kui. Why should I give up my fine freedom to jump into another grand mansion, and enshrine another master to bow to?
Xiumin, what nonsense are you talking? The gossip in this town, you're well aware of it. In this day and age, a woman without a man to back her up has no real place to call home. She lives without dignity.
I used to think a woman had to rely on a powerful husband to gain a foothold in society. But after 7 years of misery in the Kui family, I've finally seen the light. Counting on a man's conscience is not as good as counting on my own money. I'll earn my own dignity. I'll build my own home.
Xiumin, my younger brother Huaiki the other day just returned from Yunqi Military Academy. He now holds an important post in the military government. He's a bit proud, but his character and looks are among the best in town. He's just turned 30, and has been busy with official duties. He doesn't even have a caring companion at home to look after him. I was thinking the two of you could find a time to meet.
Thank you for your kindness, madam. Mr. Huaiki is an outstanding man. Of course, Xiumin admires him, but my divorce with Minister Kui has just blown over. I really don't have the heart to think about remarrying.
Haha, you silly child, you're too modest. Well, since you don't have the intention now, I can't force you.
Look, that's the one who, under the guise of being a governess, weaseled her way into the Kui mansion Dong Lanyi. I heard she has sticky fingers. Using the Wei family's name, she's been running up huge debts and splurging. Absolutely shameless.
You said it. Humph.
Today is the military governor's charity gala. How did they let trash like her in? She really lowers our standard. As if the air isn't dirty enough.
What a coincidence, sister. Fancy meeting you here.
You street rat. Stay away from my mistress. Move aside. Madam, watch your tongue. Who's your sister? Don't flatter yourself. Stop pretending we're related. You're blocking my lady's path.
It's windy out here. Kuichi, stop it and come back with auntie. We should get back to the mansion. Your father is still waiting for us at home.
Don't touch me!
Kuichi, how could you speak to me like that? I'm only trying to help you.
Look. Isn't that the young master of Minister Ku's family? Why is he causing a scene here?
The woman next to him looks familiar. Isn't that the Wei family's eldest daughter who just announced her divorce in the papers?
The wife just divorced, and now the mistress brings her son to tussle right on the street. Looks like we're in for some drama today.
Song, you're finally here. Kuichi won't come back with me, and he made a scene in front of everyone.
Wei Xiumin. Stop right there. Wei Xiumin. What exactly are you trying to do? The divorce notice was published only a few days ago, and you're already in such a rush to find a new man. What? You look down on the Kui family now? So you're eager to climb the governor's high tree? Do you really think they'd have you? Wei Shumin, what on earth are you doing? You better explain yourself today. The divorce notice was in the papers only days ago, and already you're dying to climb higher. What? The Kui family's threshold isn't grand enough for you now, so you hurry to curry favor with the powerhouses at the governor's mansion.
Minister Kui, please conduct yourself with dignity. We're right outside the governor's mansion. Our madam has already publicly divorced you. It's in black and white. The whole town knows. If you keep pestering her like this, you'll only lose face.
How dare you? You're nothing but a lowly servant. You have no say here. Get out of my way.
Men and women marry, and when it's over, they go their separate ways. That's the age-old principle. As for my divorce from you, the district court has an official decree. The newspapers ran the front page notice. You and I no longer have any marital ties. This is the divorce decree stamped by the court. Minister Kui, as a senior government official, you're not going to deny the government's decree, are you?
Don't use that piece of court paper to push me around. You, Wei Shumin, married into the Kui family for 7 years. I, Kui Song, took you as my lawfully wedded wife. Even if we're divorced now, you have no right to turn around and go chasing after other men. In life, you're a Kui, and in death, you're still a Kui.
They're already divorced, and he's still telling her who to socialize with. That's ridiculously overbearing.
Minister Kui's remarks really lack propriety, not a shred of official bearing.
Exactly, an ex-husband making a scene at the governor's mansion. He's really not afraid of losing his official post.
You think the governor's mansion really wants a divorced, second-hand woman like you? What they're after is none other than the Wei family's banks and shops, and the connections your father and brothers have in the Chamber of Commerce. You really think you're some hot commodity?
Let me make this clear once more. I, Wei Shumin, am now a pure and free woman. Who I associate with, which banquets I attend, even whether I'll remarry, none of that is for you, an ex-husband, to meddle with. Kui Song. Today, in front of Governor Shu's mansion, in broad daylight, you forced my car to stop, demanded to know my whereabouts, insulted my reputation, and ruined my good name. Are you really reluctant to let go of me, or are you reluctant to give up the Wei family's immense fortune? The divorce papers state clearly that our marriage is completely dissolved. If you keep pestering me, it will be open contempt for the court and a deliberate disruption of the governor's banquet. Chief Kui, are you going to flout the law in public, or provoke the governor's authority?
Wei Shumin, you can't leave. Spell it out.
Kui Song, let go. Grappling in public, what a disgrace. You're a dignified cabinet minister, have you lost all dignity?
Dignity? Wei Shumin, have you forgotten the most important thing? Have you forgotten the pitiable state you're in right now?
What state? I know it very well myself. And I don't need your kind reminder.
You think the governor's mansion truly wants to invite you in for tea? You think they'd actually want you a cast-off, used-up divorcee? Wei Shumin, don't forget. Back then, to give me Qiuqi and Bauer, you hemorrhaged in the delivery room and nearly died. A woman who can never bear children again, only I, Kui Song, out of old affection, was willing to keep you and support you. Do you think any respectable family would want a piece of goods like you? You'd better drop those unrealistic thoughts of remarriage. Without my Kui family, you, Wei Shumin, are nothing worse than a dog.
This is the man I wholeheartedly supported for 7 years, draining the Wei family's wealth, accompanying him from a poor scholar to the chief minister's seat. I walked through the gates of death, risking my life to bear his children, only to have him today publicly expose my deepest wound, and use my greatest pain to humiliate me.
Wei Shumin, you should accept your fate.
Kui Song. Those words you just said. You, a man who's read the classics and risen to the post of chief secretary. How could you say something so utterly heartless? Search your heart. Are you even human?
Schumann, I know. I know you're still angry. Just now I was momentarily foolish, with my head all muddled, and I said rash things. But listen to my advice. Give up the idea of remarrying. This world is treacherous. Apart from me, who would truly treat you with sincerity? Come back to the mansion with me. Let's forget these unpleasant things. Let's start over, okay? After you left, the mansion has been in complete chaos. That boy Chu-Chi is extremely headstrong. For 2 whole days now he hasn't had a single proper meal, and he's already lost weight. And there's Bauer, who wakes from nightmares every night, crying and calling for her mother. Schumann, even if you hate me, could it be that your own flesh and blood, you would abandon? I can't leave you either. This family truly can't do without you.
Kui Song, when I was 17, with a bridal train 10 li long, carrying half the city's dowry, I married in grand style into the gates of your Kui family. For these 7 years, I've managed your household, borne your children, and nearly lost my life for you. Back then you were nothing but a man who couldn't even fill his stomach, a poor scholar. It was my Wei family's business acumen, and with the private money my father gave me, I greased palms for you, and smoothed the path for your climb to the post of chief secretary, a broad, open road. Even if I have no merit, I have my toil. Even if I don't ask you to repay me with gratitude, I ask only for one thing, the most basic respect as your wife. But what about you? Once you became chief secretary, power fell into your hands, and your heart turned black. 3 years ago, behind my back, you schemed, set up a private mansion outside, and secretly kept that vixen Dong Lanyi. Keeping a mistress outside wasn't enough for you. You had to bring that woman into my home, put her on equal footing with me, and make me watch you two being lovey-dovey every day. Watching the child I carried for 10 months call that woman mother. Kui Song, you've gone too far. Now you remember this family needs me. Don't you think it's too late? What you need isn't me, Wei Shumin. You need someone who can manage your house for free, let you squander the Wei family fortune, and turn a blind eye to your mistress, like a silent, living trophy. You always say I'm your lawful wife. But ask yourself, all these years, did you ever once treat me as a real, breathing human being? Did you?
You knew all along?
If you don't want others to know, don't do it in the first place. You can't wrap fire in paper. Do you think everyone in this city is blind and stupid? Only you, Chief Kui, are the smartest one. Absolutely ridiculous. Madam Governor, thank you for all the care you've shown to Shumin during this time. I apologize for disturbing your peace today. It was my fault. Your great kindness Shumin will always remember. Ladies, fellow colleagues in business, and my fellow townsfolk, I, Wei Shumin, stand here today to announce before the whole city, my divorce with Kui Song has been finalized by the arbitration court. It takes effect today. From this day on, I, Wei Shumin, will stand on my own. I will rebuild the Wei family business. From now on, there is no more Mrs. Kui, only Wei Shumin of the Wei family. I swear here today I will never marry again. I will never depend on any man. When the Wei mansion reopens its doors for banquets, I hope all of you sisters, and honored guests, will honor us with your presence.
Shumin. No. You can't just leave and start your own household. The Wei family has no man to carry the family name. How can that work? Come back with me now.
Stop him. This is the governor's mansion. No riffraff can make a scene here. And don't disturb Madam Wei's peace.
Get out. Don't be an eyesore. The governor's mansion is not a place for scum like you to cause trouble.
Let go of me. I am a cabinet official. I want to see Shumin. Shumin.
Ah Song, it's cold. Have some hot soup to warm up.
Shumin. You, the proud daughter of the Wei family, willing to suffer hardship with me. I, Kui Song, swear I will never let you down in this life. You're really going to strike out on your own? Shumin, You'd rather cast aside everything of your past, endure all these rumors, and go it alone? Won't you even turn back to look at me?
I'm telling you, Shumin. Your sister-in-law and I haven't offended you, have we? Since the marriage is already over, you should move back to the Wei mansion. You're a woman, hiding away in this residence, dealing with ledgers all day, not even coming home. Do you want mom and dad up in heaven to see how your big brother treats you?
Miss, these are last month's delivery orders from the major trading firms. Please take a look.
I'm telling you, Shumin. Your big brother and sister-in-law haven't mistreated you. You have a family mansion but won't come back, insisting on wearing yourself out in this medicine shop. What is going on in that head of yours? The import-export herbal medicine trade. So that's the game you're playing. But a woman like you out in the business world, dealing all day with those money-grubbing merchants and compradors. Aren't you afraid the city's gossip will drown you? Those wagging tongues can say some truly nasty things.
Big brother, all this talk in town. Since the day I divorced, I've never planned to take it to heart. Those 7 years in the QE residence, I was cautious in word and deed, having had enough of playing the praised, virtuous wife, always swallowing my pride to protect QE Song's reputation. And what did that get me? A mistress moved in, and my own flesh and blood became strangers. I never want to enter another cage to serve another man's daily needs, or live by someone else's moods. A woman striking out on her own. Though hard at first, I get to be in charge of myself. The world outside that door is vast. I no longer have to watch anyone's face or wait for someone to toss me a meal. My life, Wei Shumin's life, must be held in my own hands.
Ha! You truly are a daughter of the Wei family. What bold spirit! Since this isn't just a rash move after feeling wronged, then I'll let you do as you please. Just go and do it with everything you've got. As long as I, Wei Shen, am alive for one more day, the Wei family and the Wei command will always be your rock-solid support. Ha! Whoever dares to laugh at you is laughing at me, Wei Shen. I'd like to see whether those gossiping women's mouths are tougher or my men's bullets are tougher.
Madam Wei Shumin, in recognition of your distinguished contributions to national industry and women's charitable work, this commendation is hereby issued, approving the formal completion of the Wei residence and conferring the Model Woman Industrialist plaque.
I, Wei Shumin, accept this government commendation. From this day forward, I will live up to all expectations, stand on my own, and grow strong, doing my humble part for the nation's industries.
Madam, just look at this plaque. It's way grander than that musty, stuffy old relic at the Kui house. From now on, we're truly the masters of this household. No more having to bow and scrape to those nasty, low-down types.
This plaque was earned by me, Wei Shumin, all by myself. From now on, I am my own rock.
Chairman Wang of the Vaping Chamber of Commerce sends a solid gold ornament celebrating your grand plans. Mr. Lin, chief editor of Shenbao, sends a Suzhou embroidered screen set with a famous master's inscription. The garrison command sends a German-made gramophone and 10 foreign rifles for guarding the estate, to celebrate the young lady's housewarming.
Madam Wei, you're truly radiant today. From now on, the business world is yours, the domain of a true heroine.
You flatter me, Mrs. Wang. Please, come in. I have some excellent dragon well tea ready today.
Come on, stop hiding. Today is the day Mother strikes out on her own. Let's go over and offer our sincere congratulations and apologize to her in front of everyone. She's soft-hearted. She wouldn't, in front of all these people, throw out her own flesh and blood, right? Mother, congratulations on your new home. My sister and I have come especially to congratulate you.
Master QE and Miss QE, today I open the doors of the Wei residence to guests, and all who come are prominent figures in Vaping society. If you two are here to congratulate, your gifts are enough. But there are many guests, and my standards are high, so please step aside, and don't block the way for the other honored guests.
Mom, please don't call me that. I'm scared. Mom, I've been to every pawn shop and goldsmith shop in the city. I finally found someone to fix this bracelet you gave me. I was foolish back then. I didn't know any better. See, the bracelet is fixed. Will you forgive me? Come home with me.
If a treasure is broken, even if you repair it with the purest gold, the crack will always remain. Since it's already worthless junk, why even bother? The papers all say it's a new era now. In this new era, a broken mirror can't be made whole. Once jade is shattered, it can never be whole again. People are the same.
I was wrong before. I was fooled by Mr. Dong's sweet talk. I was so ungrateful. I took your love for granted. I really know I was wrong. Lately, I've been hiding in a leaky attic, eating spoiled leftovers. All I thought about was you. The more I thought, the more I regretted it. I regret ever listening to that woman's lies. Because of that irresponsible father, I took my anger out on you. I even cursed at you.
See that? That's the Kui family's ungrateful daughter.
She used to ride in a Ford, with her nose in the air. Now she's dressed shabbier than the women at the textile mill. I heard the Seaway family went broke long ago, and now it's just an empty shell. Look, they can't even afford rice. They're flat broke. They're rushing to suck up to this big boss Wei.
After all, she's still young. Doesn't know how treacherous people can be. Squandered the fortune her real mother saved for her. Insisted on accepting that mistress as her stepmother.
She deserves this suffering. If she were my daughter, she'd have been beaten to death long ago.
Now she regrets it, too late. What is Boss Wei's status now? Once you cross this mansion's gate, you're living in two different worlds. Who would still claim an ungrateful wretch like you?
Ever since you left that home, I slowly came to understand. In this world, besides you, no one else would go out of their way to make my favorite treats. No one else would, when I was unwell, stay by my side all night. I lost that love from Mom. Only later did I realize how precious it was. I'm guilty.
Baby, stop crying. The neighbors and the reporters are all watching. Save me some face. Miss Wei, in the past, my brother and I were both young and foolish, led astray by others, committed too many unfilial acts. Today, we sincerely came to admit our mistakes. Today is the happy occasion of your new mansion. We ask for nothing else. Could we come inside and sit for a while? Even if it's just having tea in the side hall, let us congratulate you in person.
Since you've come, a guest from afar deserves hospitality. The Wei Mansion is open for business and friendship. We don't turn guests away. Someone.
What do you command, madam?
Go. Bring 2 round stools. Set them right at the front gate. Ask Mr. Kui and Miss Kui to sit and rest.
Madam, as you instructed. I've gone to the Kui residence and brought Mr. Kui over.
Mr. Kui, these 2 children were alone, wandering outside my mansion, not even a decent servant by their side. In these turbulent times, if anything went wrong, Mr. Kui would never forgive himself.
Who told you to sneak out? Aren't you ashamed? So many distinguished guests are watching. You've disgraced the Kui family.
Dad! causing trouble. We just really missed Mom. We want to go home.
I schemed my whole life. And in the end, I ended up like this. This broken down house, how is it still a home? Wei Shumin. Shumin. Back then, everyone in town said Kuei Song was blessed by my ancestors. They said I, a poor teacher, a down-and-out kid from a humble home, reached too high to marry you, a pampered heiress of a tycoon family. It felt like a thorn had lodged in my heart, a poison thorn I couldn't pull out. I thought about it day and night. I just wanted to climb higher than you. I wanted to prove it to everyone. I, Kuei Song, got here all by myself. I'm not some spineless loser who lives off a woman. I was blinded by vanity. I was out of my mind to mess with that venomous woman, Dong Lanyi. I was crazy to drive you away. I'm an animal. I'm not human. Shumin. I know I was wrong. I truly, completely know I was wrong. Without you, the CY family can't even keep up appearances. I, CY Song, am nothing more than a worthless nobody. Please, for our 7 years of marriage, for sharing our bed, for our children still being so young. Forgive me just this once. Come home with me.
Mom, please save us, Mom. We want to go home. We want to be with you.
Kuei Song, you beg for my forgiveness. But your heart has been rotten since the moment you plotted against me. That stench, even if you kneel and beg right now, I wouldn't give it even a single glance. Mr. Kuei. From now on, look out for yourself.
Ma'am, please rest for a while. Try this freshly stewed bird's nest. Ma'am, you really are brilliant. Since we cut ties with the CUI family, we've given those shop managers a good stern talking to. In just these few months, the revenue has been skyrocketing. I've gone over the numbers. The profits from our own thriving shops, compared to our time under the Kuei family, when they were shortchanging us left and right, are now a full 30% higher.
Without the CUI family's bottomless holes, and without parasites like the Dongs, the money naturally stays. Love in this world deceives, men's hearts change. Only the real gold in hand, and silver you've earned yourself, that's what gives you real security.
Boss, as you instructed, I've taken some men over the past few days and scoured every major pawnshop in Beiping. Anything from the Kuei family or that Dong Lanyi pawned outright in her name, no matter how much it cost, I bought it all back with silver. And then today, I hit the biggest ones in the western part, the old established pawnshops, made another sweep, and here's everything I brought back.
Open it.
Madam, isn't this what you originally set aside for the eldest young master and the second miss as their private property when you left the Kuei family? Those lockets on the back are engraved their birth dates and times. They're the CUI family's own flesh and blood. Kuei Song can't even protect his own children's protective amulets. How did all these things get pawned?
I saw it coming. Once they fell into that family's hands, the children's possessions were never going to stay safe. A venomous woman like Dong Lanyi, who'd suck people dry for vanity. How could she ever pass up such easy pickings?
Boss, you have no idea. The pawn shop owner mentioned the Kui family and just shook his head. He said the Kui household servants came to pawn their things all sneaky-like. Later, even a few of Kui Song's worn-out Western-style clothes had to be sold off at a discount. The Kui family, once the talk of Beiping, had their silver squandered by that woman, Dong, long ago. Now Kui Song, to keep up that hollow facade of a respectable man, has been robbing Peter to pay Paul, borrowing heaps of loan shark debts. That fire is about to burn him to a crisp.
Melt all of this down, cast it into gold bars, and lock it in the vault. I want no physical connection left between me and the Kui family. Seems Dong Lanny's got nothing left to pawn either. Even these bottom of the trunk things she's brought out now.
Serves them right. Madam, you've no idea how much of a mess they're in now.
Boss, the Kui family's first lady, No Dong Lanyi, sent someone to pawn this batch of jewelry outright at Shuntian pawn shop. The minute I heard about it, I followed your instructions and used silver dollars to redeem them exactly as they were.
She's throwing the CY family's reputation out into the street.
Those pieces are all old-fashioned styles out of date. Looks like Dong Lanyi's cash and silver dollars have completely run dry.
Exactly. I heard that after we took away most of the servants, not only can't the Kui mansion afford new staff, but they've repeatedly cut back on personnel and expenses. Now even their 3 daily meals have half the dishes they're used to. The whole family lives on plain vegetable soup every day. The whole mansion is in a foul mess. I hear those Kui siblings every day over their allowance being cut off, quarrel with Dong Lanyi, smashing cups and bowls.
They picked that stepmother themselves. They got exactly what they wanted. What's there to complain about? Steward Lin. Register all these items. Lock them in the bank vault. Since they ended up in the pawn shop, they're unclaimed goods. I bought them back with real money, so they have no connection to the Kui family.
You're wise, boss. I'll get on it right away.
Madam, try this Ceylon black tea that just came in. I just went shopping on the avenue. I heard a lot of gossip about the political and business circles in the capital, all about the Kui family.
Oh. What new scandal is it now?
These days, the city's society wives are all in silent agreement. When they throw parties, they won't send the CUI residents an invite. They're afraid Dong Lanyi will come mooching for money. Dong Lanyi is vain.
Now that she can't keep up appearances, she's naturally looked down on. But I also sent word to my eldest brother and his wife to have someone watch Dong Lanyi so she doesn't get cornered and cause trouble that brings ruin to the whole clan.
Madam, you've already announced your divorce in the paper. Then why do you still bother with them?
It's not about him. I'm just afraid he'll do something reckless and drag innocent people into it. Alright, tell the driver to get the car ready. I'm going to Yunchi University, far out in the suburbs. President, I came today to donate a large sum for renovating the university's library and school buildings, and set up a dedicated fund to cover the poor students' tuition and book fees for this year, for the complete renovation of the university's library and leaky school buildings, and set up a dedicated fund to cover all needy students' tuition and book fees this year, so they won't have to bow and scrape for a living and can focus on their studies.
Miss Wei, you're truly admirable. On behalf of Yunchi University and over 100 poor students, I thank you for your generosity.
President, hold off on the thanks. From now on, Yunchi University must set a precedent by admitting female students, break this century-old rule, and go co-ed.
Your vision puts men to shame. I will, of course, comply and carry out the reform.
Thank you for your generosity,
Miss
Wei.
Madam, look. Why is someone lying there?
He still has a pulse. Looks like he fainted from hunger.
I am Xu Huaiqi, a student at Yunqi University. Thank you for your kindness, madam.
Madam, what should we do? This is the middle of nowhere. Should we call the police?
Since he's a student at Yunqi University and just happened to collapse at our door, we can't just let him die. Call the driver and 2 bodyguards, carry him into the guest room on the 1st floor, and send for a Western doctor.
You're so kind-hearted, madam. This student has truly met his benefactor.
Sister-in-law, how come you have time to stop by today, without even calling ahead? You look like you're in a hurry. Did something happen in the Wei family? What about brother?
Oh, the Wei family is fine. It's your ex-husband, Kui Song. He's in big trouble.
Kui Song. He's been denounced in the papers again for his conduct. Or is he so broke he went to borrow from mob loan sharks?
If only it were just loan sharks that would be asking for death. It's that stupid woman, Dong Lanyi. She, behind Kui Song's back, even dared to secretly accept huge bribes from local officials and meddle in official appointments.
What, is she crazy?
Kui Song is, after all, a minister. Dong Lanyi, a mere concubine not fit to appear in public, dares to meddle in politics.
That just goes to show how sly he is. Who else would dare think of such a trick? Relying on her control over the Kui Mansion's social engagements, she received everywhere families of local officials seeking favors. She pocketed tens of thousands of silver dollars in bribes, yet never did anything for them, and didn't let Kui Song hear a whisper of it.
Takes money, never delivers. Does she think officialdom is her mahjong parlor?
Exactly. At first, those officials feared Kui Song's power and didn't dare to expose her. If not for a man who'd squandered his family fortune and was desperate for a government post, this probably wouldn't have been reported to the inspectorate even now. Thank you, sister-in-law. If you hadn't kept an eye on him and sent someone to expose it ahead of time, she might have caused a catastrophe that could doom the whole family.
You silly child. Why be so distant with me? Honestly, you talk tough, but your heart is soft. Although you keep saying you've washed your hands of the Kui family, in the end, you still care about the lives of those 2 kids. You just can't bear to watch them get killed by Dong Lanyi and get shot along with her.
Since Kui Chi and Kui Bauer chose Dong Lanyi as their stepmother, whether they live or die, I've made up my mind not to get involved. But as long as I'm in Beiping, I will never stand by while Dong Lanyi uses the legacy I built to drag everyone into an abyss of no return. She wants to die. I'll give her that.
What do you think you're doing? This is the minister's residence. How dare you barge in?
The garrison command is here under orders to search and seize. Search.
Commissioner Kui. That fine concubine of yours has been using your name behind your back to accept from local officials a hefty bribe of 30,000 silver dollars. Witnesses and evidence are all here. The evidence is conclusive. Take her away.
Master, Song, save me. I didn't. I did it all for this family.
30,000 silver dollars. You took 30,000 in dirty money behind my back. You've ruined my lifelong reputation for integrity. You've ruined my career. I'll post a notice in the papers divorcing you. The CY family has no place for you. Are you crazy?
Madam, what a relief. Absolutely satisfying.
What's wrong? Catch your breath first. Where are your manners?
The Kiwi mansion was raided by the police. Dong Lanyi was caught on the spot. She's in the police jail. They tortured her. She was beaten to a pulp. She screamed non-stop. Madam, I heard she was thrown out of jail and sent back to the Kui mansion with barely a breath left. A few days later, Kui Song, like he was dumping a torn sack, kicked her out of the mansion.
What about CY Song? He's a top cabinet official, with such a big corruption scandal at home. How could they let him off lightly?
The higher-ups saw that he truly knew nothing, so they didn't execute him. They just demoted him. And suspended his salary for 6 months. He was kicked straight out of the inner cabinet.
Kicked out of the cabinet, demoted and suspended pay. For someone who's so vain, who values power and face more than life itself, this is far more painful than a bullet to the head. This is the price he paid for betraying me for that vain woman.
By the way, ma'am, that Dong Lanyi died. After she was kicked out of the house, she went so far as to sneak back at night and swipe the last valuable jewelry from the Kiwi mansion. In the end, she hid out for half a year. But thugs and gangsters swindled her out of everything, and then the police caught her. She died on the way to the police lockup. They say when Kui Song learned of Dong Lanyi's death, in that cell-like, run-down room, he wailed day and night like a madman. When Dong Lanyi died, there was no one to claim her body. In the end, the police wrapped her in a tattered straw mat and dumped her in a mass grave outside town. Shumin, your days are quite peaceful. I hear Kui Song can't even marry a common clerk's daughter now. His family's standing has plummeted. Now matchmakers are all over town searching for girls from nouveau riche merchant families for him.
He clings to his so-called lofty standards, thinking he's above everyone else. But without money, it's all for nothing. He should thank that merchant girl who's willing to marry him for saving him from his misery. Sister-in-law, you rushed over so urgently today, surely not just to make fun of him, did you?
Of course not. Your big brother gave me strict orders last night. Now that you've set up your own household and opened such a grand mansion, the way family's rules require you to find a man to marry into the family. We must never let your branch's line die out. Tell me honestly, what exactly are you planning? That's Xu Huaiqi staying in the front guest room. I can tell he's no ordinary man. If you're not interested in him, I'll have him kicked out tomorrow. To keep a single man and woman from living under the same roof and ruining your reputation.
Sister-in-law, don't worry, I already have a plan in mind. Waiki, for the past half year you've been staying here, not only are your studies outstanding, you've also helped me with a lot of the trading company's business. I'm well aware of that. Now my brother and sister-in-law are pressing me hard, insisting I marry a man into the family. If you don't mind, we'll put an announcement in the paper and sign a fake marriage certificate. That should appease them. Don't worry. Once you graduate from university and pass the civil service exam, I'll go through the divorce procedures with you, and give you back your freedom. I won't drag down your future.
I'm honored, madam. I'm more than willing to be your live-in son-in-law. This is no pretense. And I'll have no need for a way out.
Miss Wei, have you heard about the latest scandal in the Kui family? That former Chief Kui, oh no, now he's Section Chief Kui. The one he just married, that parvenu wife, is in big trouble.
Oh. What's happened in the Kiwi family now?
I heard that new Mrs. Kui was pregnant. Then Kui Bauer, on the stairs, accidentally shoved her. She started bleeding right then and there. She lost the baby.
Oh, what a terrible thing. I've met that new Mrs. Kui. Though she came from a humble background, she has a gentle disposition. But it's the Kui family, the eldest daughter is so haughty. She's always going on about her late great-grandfather, the military governor. She never gives this stepmother an ounce of respect.
After all, this Miss Kui is the daughter you, Miss Wei, carried for 10 months. Look at what a mess this has become. Now the new wife has been taken away by her family, who came to the door to fetch her. She's making a racket, demanding to divorce young Master Kui in the papers. I heard that Kui Bauer was also slapped hard by Kui Song and locked up in the attic. He swore she wouldn't set foot outside her door again. Young Master Kui's reputation is thoroughly ruined. Now in the capital's high society, who would dare marry their daughter into their family?
Ladies, you jest. Kui Song and I divorced publicly long ago. We have cut all ties. As for his 2 children, they were awarded to him, so they're no concern of mine. Whether they turn out well or badly, the Kui family will see to their upbringing. Other people's family affairs, I'm in no position to comment.
Miss Wei, no! Mother, it's me!
Young Master Kui, don't claim false kinship. That's not how you address me.
Miss Wei, I also want to attend university. I heard that among the students you sponsored this year, 2 got government-funded places to study abroad. Now, Yunchi University's places are extremely hard to come by. I want to go too.
If you want to go to university to pursue a future, it should be your father, Chief Kui, who handles it for you. Why would you come to me?
Father says learning lies within oneself. No need to spend money to squeeze into an expensive church university. The family can't afford so many silver dollars to pull strings.
That's indeed true. You used to tell me often that gold, silver, and cash are just tainted with the stench of copper, mere worldly possessions, right? Your father's ideas and yours are actually in complete agreement.
I know I was wrong. I truly know I was wrong. I used to only see father's prestige in the government. I thought he was the pillar of the family. Only now do I know that only you, Mother, are the family's true support. Mother, please help me.
It's getting late. Please go back, young Master Kui.
Mother. Forget about the university matter. This is something Bauer and I made at the Western pastry shop, learning as we went. We made this cake especially for you. Please have a taste.
Xiaohe. Accept it.
Madam, he's quite the schemer. A measly box of cake, trying to swap for a future studying abroad.
This policy essay, tomorrow I'll have someone mix it in with the regular applicant's exam papers and send it to Yunchi University's admissions office. If he truly has real talent and learning, the university will make an exception to admit him. If he's rotten wood that cannot be carved, then that's his fate. All I can do is give him one fair chance. From now on, he and I owe each other nothing.
If you're not going to eat it, I'll go throw it away. It's just a waste sitting here.
Back when I was in the QE family, these two siblings despised me, saying I reeked of a merchant's stench and wouldn't even pour me a cup of hot water. I was so eager to please them then and really wanted a bite of something they'd made by hand, trying to mend that pitiful mother-child bond. Now that I've finally had a taste, my stomach is in turmoil, leaving only endless disgust.
Since you don't like the look of it, and it makes you sick, just throw it away. Don't let irrelevant people dirty your eyes. Shumin, what's wrong? Xiaohe,
What's wrong with Mr. Shu?
quick, tell the driver to prepare the car. Go to Hongshizi Hospital and get Dr. Zhang. Whatever it takes, within 10 minutes, you must have Dr. Zhang at the residence. Go!
Congratulations, Mr. Shu, and my congratulations to you, Miss Wei. Your wife is pregnant.
Doctor, are you certain? The Western doctors used to say my body was too weak, and it would be extremely hard for me to conceive.
Miss Wei was overworked before, which did make it difficult, but, with this gentleman's careful care and a steady flow of tonics and remedies, her pulse is as smooth as pearls. This is definitely a pregnancy pulse, no mistake.
Shumin, I want to spend my life with you. But now, there's something I can't hide from you anymore. I have to confess.
Tell me.
Actually, I'm the missing youngest son of the Zhenbei governor's mansion. The governor is my biological father. Back then, when Beiping was buzzing with talk about you, I heard about you. Later, I left the warlord family, ran away from Beiping, and came to you. My dear, are you angry that I kept it from you?
You silly. With that aristocratic air of yours, how could you pass for a down-and-out college student? I looked into your background long ago. As long as you're true to me, whether you're the governor's son or a poor student, what difference does it make?
Now that you're back, Huaiki, and Shumin is with child, it only seems natural for you to move back into the governor's mansion. Your father has already arranged a real post for you in the military political department. Why must you insist on being a live-in son-in-law out there, disgracing the governor's mansion?
Mother, I believe in freedom and equality, and I don't cling to worldly conventions. When I left home that year, it was to pursue my own life. Since she has established her own independent business, I should support her. As for children, we've already agreed on a rule. In the future, each family will have a child to carry on its line. The power of this warlord's mansion. I have no attachment to it. Today at the warlord's mansion. Mother's words, did they make you angry?
I'm not angry. I just feel sorry for you. For defying the marshal's wife for my sake. Master Shu. You, the young marshal of the warlord's mansion, for my sake, refuse to join the army or take office. Yet you lower yourself. To be a live-in son-in-law at my mansion. Enduring all the gossip from the political and business circles outside. What are you after?
Shumin, if someone feels wronged inside, even if you made him president, he'd only feel more and more wronged. But in my heart, I truly don't feel wronged at all. I just feel at peace. For me, all the military exploits, political infighting, and power struggles are nothing compared to being with you as husband and wife, building our home together, and watching our child grow up safe.
You don't mind being laughed at for being a kept man. Of course, I don't mind your complicated background. This is what they call a two-way street in this new era.
Miss Wei, are you well?
I heard your father, to pay off his debts, has arranged a marriage for you. The old jewelry your father took from you and pawned, I had someone redeem it for you. Consider it part of your dowry. Let this stand as the last bit of affection between us, from now on. No need to come again.
Mommy, why is that lady crying so sadly?
Because she's getting married. She's marrying into the Northwest, a place far away and harsh. That's why she's so sad.
The movie's finally over. You must be hungry. Let's go get some Western food. With the recent crackdown on corruption, he owed money to the gang, was then fully investigated and dismissed from office. I heard Kui Song, to dodge his debts, is about to be exiled to the Northwest to do hard labor in that bitter, cold land.
Let him go far away.
Okay, let's go home.